Braun Breaker joined forces with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman on Monday Night Raw, but there's another question on everyone's lips. Who's going to be the fourth man? Is it Hogan? Is it him? Well, I don't think it's going to be Hulk Hogan. I don't think it's going to be anything near the NWO. Well, I say I don't think. I know for a fact it's going to be nowhere near that, right? And see this list. This is simply 10 people that I would pick. This isn't, 10 people that the WWE might pick. There's rumours, right, that it might be Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is not on this list, but for the sake of argument's sake, we'll put some women on the list. And I'm seeing people say, how great would it be if it was Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn is 40, alright? What is the fucking point of Sami Zayn joining this group? And also, he's been in the company about 10 years, right? He is a ginger bum that will never amount to anything. His best gimmicks in WWE are comedy based. Stick to it. I am not having this group led by Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker being brought down by Sami fucking Zayn. He's been in this company a decade. He still looks like a bum. There's nothing about him. He's got no physique. Go and greet about the Middle East, Sami. Because see here in America, brother, you're no wanted in this group. I mean, he can still have a place in the company all he wants. But see, the reality is he should be nowhere near this faction. Just like Kevin Owens, guys like that, Baron Corbin, I know he's not even in the company, but I've seen people fucking want him here. But no, guys, the guys that have been here and done that should be nowhere near this group. This should be to actually utilise the current talent that they've got and also propel the young talent to the next level. And that's also, I say young talent, people that's not been pushed before. There'll be a few old people on the list, right? Wrestler number 1, Joe Hendry. People may be like, whoa, TNA World Champion, why would they turn all his positive feedback, all the reaction that he gets, the loud pops? Here, I would argue it is too early to turn Joe Hendry. Fuck, he's not even in the company to turn, right? He's TNA's property, brother. But like I said, this is my list. Joe Hendry adopting a heel persona while kind of keeping the same gimmick, but like a heel theme. I would enjoy that. And here, you want to talk about Joe Hendry going from the joke guy, right, to heel bastard dominating Raw with this faction. I see no other. I think this is pretty good. Wrestler number 2, Trick Williams. Right, why is this fucking guy here? Speaking of Joe Hendry and Trick Williams, why are those two on NXT talking to Obafemi, right? I mean, at least with Joe Hendry, he's TNA World Champion. He can't get free reign to do what he wants. Trick Williams, why is he speaking to Obafemi like, you're messing up all my chances, you took my ball, sort of thing, and then you went home? It's like, why is Trick Williams even on NXT anymore? And obviously, right, if Trick Williams was going to be the guy to join this faction, he would not be on NXT, almost like furthering a feud with Joe Hendry and Obafemi. Absolutely not. So this is an absolute fucking pipe dream. But so's Joe Hendry. When are they going to pull the trigger with Trick Williams, right? We've seen in the past, they've called guys up, they drop the ball. One guy they've dropped the ball with for far too long is Braun Breaker. Another guy that they've dropped the ball with is number 3, Carmelo Hayes. He's teaming up with The Miz, for fuck's sake, people. He really needs something like this. And you know what? He can talk. He has something about him. His height is a problem, but to be in this group that I think can easily mask his height and can make him feel important, this is almost a perfect opportunity here. He won the Andre the Giant thing, right? Honestly, he cut ties with The Miz. No one wants that. I mean, I've got no beef with The Miz, really. You know what I mean? But no one wants The Miz, alright, in 2025 in a serious fucking role. Retract that a wee bit, right? I think if The Miz is going to be in WWE, he needs to actually be like an upper mid-carder / main eventer. This is a 2-time world champion. Not many guys are left in this company that are former world champions, especially from an era that was much better than this. Like, we're talking about 2010, people. 2011. You know what I mean? The Miz was fucking world champ then. But in Mania main events with The Rock and Cena. I just don't understand, why is The Miz getting treated like such a fucking bum? It's like, but if you're going to treat him like a bum, you may as well release him. Anyway, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, they both need elevated. Who needs it more? Honestly, Before Mania weekend, I'd have went with Carmelo Hayes. After Mania weekend, fucking hell, Trick Williams, man, what is actually going on? Why are they keeping him on NXT? I just don't understand that for the life of me. Two guys that have got something about them, they've got half an it factor, and putting them in this group would hopefully make them lose the shit factor that they've got. That Triple H is fucking holding them down, and Shawn Maggles, because he is responsible for Trick Williams apparently. Right, wrestler number 4, Roxanne Perez. You want to talk about someone quite similar to the two before. She has made 3 appearances in the Royal Rumble. She's been on the main roster plenty of times. And you see her on NXT getting jobbed out here and there. I almost feel like that the ship has sailed to some women who have been on NXT for a couple of years, where we've seen Fakir, so even that Saria, right? Jordan Grace and Julia coming in. I feel like those 4, especially 3 of them at least, and maybe not Saria, or just have surpassed Roxanne Perez. And it's like, here, ideally, I don't want a woman in this group, right? I think adding another man is what you need, or hell, even just the 2 guys in Heyman. Could be some form of 2-man power trip. But for argument's sake, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I put a couple of women wrestlers in here, because if it is going to be Becky Lynch, there's way better alternatives, you know what I mean? Like, if Becky Lynch joins this group with Seth Rollins and Heyman, it's going to feel like the Mr. and Mrs. Rollins show, with the fat guy down the altar, and then Braun Breaker just sitting there like a spare part. Wrestler number 5, another wrestler just like the one before, Cora Jade. Buried left, right and centre. Only problem is with Cora, very injury prone, but you know what? Her, Roxanne Perez, Hayes, Williams, they've got something about them. You know what I mean? You look at Perez, you look at Jade, they can cut promos. Look at Lia Valkyria. Why is Lia Valkyria on Raw, with a belt, winning at Mania, more belts, albeit lost them on Raw, when you compare her to these two? There has to be something else, man. Because why are fucking jobbers getting pushed on the main roster, even in mid-cut? Like, why is fucking Carmelo Hayes, who can cut a promo, he can also wrestle, why is he getting held back? Why are these 2 women getting held back? Is there something bigger going on behind the scenes in WWE? Why are Penta and Rey Fenix getting pushed in our fucking throats to the moon when either one of them couldn't cut it? Oh, but Penta does this wee dance backstage, and Sami Zayn's got a ginger beard. There's so many fucking jobbers, man, in this company. It makes you wonder what people who have actually got an ounce of talent aren't being pushed. But yeah, Cora Jade, I mean, literally could list all the same reasons as Roxanne Perez. But honestly, out of the 2, I'd say Roxanne Perez got way more of a chance than Cora Jade. Wrestler number 6, LA Knight. Yeah. Right, obviously this guy's like, what, 43. Time is not on his side. Unlike the previous 5, he is quite older. You know, Joe Hendry isn't exactly young either, but he's not been exposed in the mainstream of wrestling, you could say. I mean, he's been in TNA the last couple of years. It's only really like the last 18 months that Joe Hendry has went mainstream. And make no mistake about it, Joe Hendry has went mainstream, right? There's so many people outside of wrestling that will have seen this guy on TikTok, and I've seen references across the board with this guy, man. Joe Hendry is honestly, in terms of current guys, would easily be like top 5 in terms of wrestling pop culture, man. Like, the average person actually might know him compared to fucking, oh, they're going to know Sami. They're going to know Sami saying that jobber. But back to LA Knight. Time's not on his side. He's 43. He just lost that US Championship. Put him in this group, man, and seriously build it. And I get it. You know, I know they're dubbing it as Evolution 2.0. LA Knight doesn't really have like 2 or 3 years to wait for a World Championship, but what I would argue is he even going to get a World Championship if he just stays on SmackDown being LA Knight? A heel LA Knight in this group might actually work. Wrestler number 7, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is probably the only guy on this list that doesn't really need the group. But, honestly, coming out of Mania, it's the weakest he's felt in years. That match with Priest, I mean, it was alright, but it was a bit flat, wasn't it? It was like Shayna Baszler's chest. It just wasn't all that good. And also, it would seriously establish this group as main event level. Like, if the rumours are true, man, and they're going to add, like, a Becky Lynch or even some of the people previously I've mentioned on this list, it's like, it's not going to feel like a proper main event group. And again, Evolution back in the early 2000s, you know, into 2002, 3, more 2003, but it's like, did Evolution... I mean, Evolution did feel like a main event group because the key thing is you had Ric Flair and you had Triple H, who was in the midst of his reign of terror. Here you've got Paul Heyman with Seth Rollins, and albeit Seth Rollins won Mania Night, one main event, he doesn't have the belt. And I think immediately what has got to happen here, whether it's Drew McIntyre joining or LA Knight or whoever else I've suggested on this list, Braun, Seth, or whoever, if Seth is the leader, it truly doesn't really matter who the group wins it. I mean, hell, Seth can win the belt and then Braun can turn on him in the summer, whatever. The leader, or whoever, anyone in the fucking group has got to take that belt off Jey Uso, right, pronto. Because see what happened on Raw? That was disgusting, man. Jimmy and Jay and Sami Eaton, down since day one, yes, I'm in the basement, I was down since. Honestly, man, some of the fucking... and someone... Sami Zayn sitting there, I was say Usin, Eaton, and someone's hanging an Israel flag behind him, man. I mean, if someone ever felt on double one, it would be Sami Zayn right there. That whole Looney Tunes being, Sami Zayn with the Israel flag. Anyway, I got a cheap pop for me. Moving on, wrestler number 8. This guy's stock has fucking plummeted. This guy, you could argue this guy's stock's actually dropped more than Finny Mac since he's been removed from the company. Austin Theory, still very young, youngest Money in the Bank briefcase holder, all that pish. His career can be salvaged, and I feel like this is a last chance saloon because teaming up with Grayson Waller is doing nothing for either of them. So hopefully his career can get turned around, right? Wrestler number 9. Honestly, I was stuck between saying Ethan Page or Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is still the North American champion, so fuck it, we went with Ethan Page. This guy's dead, 8-9 months on NXT. He's won the world title. He's lost mid-card titles. He has something about him. Call him up, man. You know what I mean? Why waste yourself down in NXT? And then our final wrestler, right? We did save the best till last. The rumours at Mania where this guy was going to join with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Well, why doesn't he join in the near future? Big match, John Cena. He's only got 27 more dates. No better way to pad out those dates with Paul Heyman cutting promos for Big John. So, there you go. That's 10 wrestlers that could form Evolution 2.0. Again, we tried to include a few people in there. A lot of wild cards, but a few realistic ones as well. But I guess there could be a real situation, folks, where they don't add anyone. It is just Braun, Seth, and Paul, which, again, might be better than if they just add someone for the sake of it, and it is like a Becky Lynch, or if it is like a fucking Sami Zayn, because I know I'd rather just these three than add one of those two pricks. Anyway, till next time. Peace.